Okay, so apparently there's a little bit of beef in the CHH music space. We have Bryson Gray basically talking about someone who basically painted his nails in a video of John Keith, and they already talked in a podcast, and I watched a little bit of it, and I have to say I think it's a little weird when a man paint his nails. I think it's indeed a little bit suspicious. So I can understand why Bryson Gray made this remark. However, was it the best option? I don't know if it's good to make a diss track. So I don't know what he exactly said. So I'm gonna react to it, but I don't know if this is the best way to communicate to a brother. You know what I'm saying? But let's react to this video and then we're gonna see what to make of it.
116 Lifestyle.
Subscribe and make sure that you hit the notification bell.
This ain't a diss song, it's a real song.
This ain't a diss song.
I've been trying to fight for unity all year, but stop the song when I lie.
Okay, little remark for everybody who doesn't know Bryson Gray. He was a MAGA rapper, but then after Trump basically endorsed the LGBTQ community, he basically said like, nah, I'm done with this. So he basically backtracked from it. And John Keith also said in a track that he was MAGA stepping, and also made a little claim that people who MAGA step maybe don't really know Jesus because they're quite angry and maybe they don't have the correct understanding of who Jesus is. And he also has some disturbing views on the Trinity, but that's all for a different video. Let's just react to the track first.
John Keith sneak dissing on these songs, will be more direct. I'm exposing Christian rappers that just do it for a check. When you walk too fast, you fall in ditches, homie, watch your step. You got music with Lecrae, but still ain't hit the charts yet.
You got music with Lecrae, but still ain't hit the charts yet. Hey, that's low-key a bar right there, man. I hate to say it, but John Keith still doesn't have a big hit like Lecrae has with Tori Kelly, and I think he also has some other hits on the Christian billboards. So that's something that John Keith maybe can achieve in the future, but for now, he didn't hit the charts yet. So that's a bar. A bar is a bar.
Wait. Hey, y'all said these boys Christians, I can't tell. You be having grown men in videos of painted nails, and you talked about a group of.
That's true, man. I think it was a producer or somebody who produced something in a video that from Indie Tribe with No Big Deal, John Keith and No Big Deal, and there was indeed a man with painted nails in it. So that's L. I have to say that's L. But you shouldn't really encourage that, or you have to say like, no man, don't do this. So that's a L, unfortunately.
You ain't want them about hell. Made a song about being blessed, but only talked about yourselves. Like, how these Christians got time to be dissing me when it's pride being pushed on children by LGBT.
He got a point right here, man. This whole agenda of the kids being indoctrinated. He has a point. I think he has a point right here.
He never mentioned scripture in his music, look and see. Went on live just to misquote Matthew 7:23. This is why you need to get into the scriptures. Never knew you was the workers of iniquity that's sinners. Scriptures say don't deny God before me, y'all repeat offenders. This the meat of the gospel, they giving milk for the beginners.
This is the meat of the gospel, they're giving milk for the beginners. Hey, he been saying like they be like baby Christians. They not really talk about the true real things. And I kinda agree with him here. If you look at somebody like Lecrae, early Lecrae was really hardcore, man. And then he really softened. I also think he looked at the success that Anaf has had as a rapper who is a Christian, but not mainly a Christian rapper. He also has like more of a secular way to go on his music instead of just purely rapping about God and stuff like that. So I think Lecrae wanted more of the world and compromised a little bit. I think that's what happened.
Hey, wait, listen, they say judge by the fruit, so me and you, let's see the difference. You make cookie cutter gospel rap for all the lukewarm Christians. I'm at war with evil rulers, you the type to keep your distance, and there's blood on your hands, John. You don't want a wicked?
There's blood on your hands. I don't know if that is the case though. I don't know if there's blood on his hand. I think as long as you don't agree with it, I don't think you're fully responsible for the actions of somebody else. As long as your stances are clear. If you're starting to double down on something, then yes, you're doubling down. But I don't think allowing someone to have painted nails in a video clip is having blood on your hands. Only if you said it is 100% okay and you're basically affirming a certain lifestyle. Then that's a different story. But I don't think that's
even if you hate me after this, you feel convicted. I get banned wax John about the gays, and I bet he tried to twist it.
Yo, this is well something in the podcast. He clearly said that he doesn't affirm this lifestyle. So that's an L from Bryson Gray right here. He assumed something without, reaching out or asking it. So that's an L, man.
Do you believe people are born homosexual?
I think people can be born homosexual.
Ay, I want unity in the body, so I pray for it. The wicked get a second death, there's a lake for it. When you preach the word, I know you gon' get hate for it. But on judgment day, y'all gon' have to pay for it. I want unity in the body, so I pray for it. Wicked get a second death, there's a lake for it. When you preach the word, I know you gon' get hate for it. But on judgment day, y'all gon' have to. I never said you had to vote, those were lies. I call out Trump a Bush and saying that lack of knowledge or demise. And I'm never justified actions that go against God. Revelation 21:8, they all gon' get fried. Hey, so wait, in your song I heard you talked about a coup. You glorify tattoos and correctly mentioned Bruce. And you dissing me and Tyson, you said Jesus never knew. But when it comes to the LGBT, y'all all be on mute.
They both said like we don't agree with the lifestyle. Now, of course, they aren't as hard in their music as they could be. But I don't think that's a fair point, because if you watch the videos of Ruslan and also John Keith, they clearly said they don't affirm the lifestyle. So I don't think they are really affirming it or, saying that it's okay. So I think this is an L from Bryson Gray right here. You don't have to be really aggressive in your music. There is a difference between not talking about it and accepting it. I think you have to talk more and maybe have some more Christian influence in your tracks, but I don't think that it is wrong to just have a track that is somewhat more light and less preachy, but more like a regular song without cussing and with the Christian, with the Christian faith still in the track, but less, as say Bryson Gray's tracks, like really focusing on God and the kingdom and the hard stuff.
Talk about George Floyd and you call out racism. So it's cool to talk politics if the base different. Or it's cool to be controversial long as they listen. When it's time to call out sin, I start to see some change in them. If it ain't really for the kingdom, I can't hang with them. And your spirit is so feminine, it's something strange in them. You say music ain't your ministry, but CHH with them? Y'all make Christian rap, we make Bible rap, the wave different. Woo. Ay, I want unity in the body, so I pray for it. The wicked get a second death, there's a lake for it.
The chorus, I think, it's a good track, not gonna lie. I like the way that he flowed on it, but I think there is something twisted here, that he's saying I want unity in the body, so pray for it. I think this track doesn't really show that he wants unity in the body. I think this is a bit of a provocation. I think if you say you look really feminine, that might be the case, but my question is, how are you gonna get the change if he really had a feminine spirit? If you're saying, yeah, you look really feminine, you look a little bit sus boy, does that really help what you're trying to achieve? Or is it just a way to, point something out and be like, yeah, he is feminine, he says. I don't think that's gonna help anybody. I think this just makes someone feel like you're in the wrong because you're aggressive and stuff like that. So I don't think this is the correct approach. But it's a good track though. I think he has a lot of good points, Bryson Gray, except from the Trinity doctrine, but I think he should think twice before actually, making this track and saying things and, maybe talk off camera first or, send some DMs, ask for some information, because now you have this and then they did a podcast. And if you listen to this podcast, you really understand that he didn't really know what they were on about. So he said it in his track like they were affirming a certain lifestyle, but then in reality, they don't. So I think there's a disconnect right there, that he doesn't really know what he's talking about 100%. But I have to say, letting a man with painted nails is a bit of a L, I'm not gonna lie. You shouldn't really be doing that, especially in a Christian rap video. So that's an L from everybody who was in that project. No big deal. John Keith, Indie Tribe, everybody who is involved and let that happen. I think that's a little bit of an L, but I don't think that makes them lukewarm Christians. I think that's just a mistake. Maybe they don't want to offend their friends. I can understand that. That doesn't make you lukewarm, but you have to understand that you cannot allow that because it has a certain influence. You see, when you get the inspiration for everything you do, it comes from somewhere. I don't think it's godly inspired if you want to paint your nails. I think it comes from someone else, and that's my problem with it. The influence. who is getting you the influence to do that? It's not from God, man. It's from something else. This whole thing with the feminization of man, if you look at the Bible, it's from a spirit, and that's the real thing. That's the real problem right here. Not the earthly things. If you think that it's about painting your nails, then you're on an earthly level. But if you think in a spiritual level, it's because a spirit literally is trying to make you more feminine. And that's exactly what Jezebel was doing with all those men who were castrated. But yeah, it's a solid track, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't think it was the best. But still, he got some bars right there. But yeah, not the best way to communicate what you are trying to say. But still a good track, not gonna lie. At least he had some bars in there. It's not outstanding, but at least he has some bars, a little bit of a flow. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Let your thoughts know down below, and see you in the next one. Take care.